Good afternoon, and thanks so much for joining us tonight. I'm Sophie Erber. There's a new development on historic 4th Street in Sioux City, and KCAU 9 News reporter Mallory Smith joins us live now at the old Riviera Theater building, where a massive transformation's underway. It's our top story now at 5.
Yeah, Sophie, just a few minutes ago, there was a ribbon cutting here at the Riviera Theater to celebrate the 50th anniversary, as well as plans to reinvent the iconic Sioux City corner. Now, Jeff Carlson, a vital part of this, tells me to add new amenities like an Ichiban sushi bar and coffee breakfast options, and just to add on to the space in general. The building now sits at 18,000 square feet right now. After renovations, the new space will be 25,000 square feet, but a portion of the building will be kept as a theater, kind of harkening back to the original purpose of the building. Construction is expected to start late summer, early fall. Reporting live in downtown Sioux City, Mallory Smith, KCAU 9 News.
All right, thanks so much, Mallory. And last night, the Laurel, Concord, Coleridge school bond vote has resulted today in a recount. 596 Cedar County residents voting yes and 595 voting no to a $25 million bond that would allow renovations to the school there. Well, because of that one vote difference, a recount took place to verify the result. And the district superintendent says the recount confirms the vote in favor of the bond. KCAU 9's Jason Toktajian explains why the school needs the funds for these renovations, coming up tonight at 10. Nebraska school students will soon be taught financial literacy right there in school. A bill passed through the legislature this spring requires they learn about things like budgeting, credit, loans, stocks, and other financial topics.
I've lived the experience of seeing my friends and classmates incur hundreds of thousands of dollars in student loan debt, and we're asking 18-year-olds fresh out of high school and going out into the world for the first time to make these major financial decisions that can impact them for the rest of their lives.
The bill requires high school students to complete at least one half-credit course to graduate beginning in 2022. The schools will work to incorporate the program into their curriculum for grades K through 12. A judge has agreed to delay the sentencing of the man convicted of killing University of Iowa student Molly Tibbetts. This after his lawyer said they need time to investigate new information implicating other people. Christian Behena Rivera was scheduled to be sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole this Thursday at the Poweshiek County Courthouse. Hearings will now be held to determine whether or not to grant the defense's request. That includes the release of new information about these other suspects, plus a new trial. Behena Rivera was convicted of first-degree murder back in May for the Tibbetts 2018 killing. A Sioux City mobile home is now a total loss after an early morning fire. Just after midnight, Sioux City Fire Rescue responded to a fire at Regency Trailer Park near Gordon Drive. One trailer home was fully engulfed in flames when crews arrived there. It soon collapsed and has since been red tagged. Sioux City Fire Rescue searched that damage and says no one was inside at the time of the fire. A neighboring home did suffer some minor damage due to radiant heat. The cause of this fire under investigation tonight. Anyone with information is asked to contact Sioux City Fire Rescue. That number there on your screen, 712-279-6377. For those wanting to feel prepared for the worst, Sioux City Fire Rescue's Safe Home program could be the answer. You can get a home inspection and smoke alarms. A guidebook is also available to you, and it covers safety topics ranging from everything from floods to carbon monoxide poisoning. You can learn more about the program online right now on our website. That's, of course, SiouxlandProud.com there on your screen, or the free KCAU 9 mobile news app. Test Iowa is rolling out at-home COVID-19 testing on Friday, July 16th in Spirit Lake. The residents there will be able to pick up a free kit right at the Lake's Regional Healthcare Center without ever leaving their car. The test can be requested by calling Dickinson County Public Health, that's DCPH, at 712-339-6050. That's on your screen there. The test will be taken out to them at Door E. That's again at the Lakes Regional Healthcare Center. Each kit includes instructions, and that includes how to return the sample by mail. Requests for a kit to be mailed straight to your home can be made online at iowa.com. A group of Democratic lawmakers are pushing to make the child tax credit payments that will start hitting bank accounts tomorrow permanent. Our Washington correspondent Rashad Hudson explains.
Raising kids is incredibly expensive.
Starting Thursday, millions of qualifying families like Rashana Booker's can expect to receive some extra cash in their bank accounts.
Right now, the economy just doesn't work for working families like mine.
For the rest of the year, parents of children under the age of 6 are eligible for $300 monthly payments or $250 for children 6 to 18 as part of this year's extended child tax credits program. The IRS said it expects to deliver monthly payments to about 39 million families starting July 15th.
We provide the dollars. They make the choices about what's best for their family.
Senate Democrats like Ohio Senator Sherrod Brown are fighting to make the payments permanent for families.
So families can make these plans long-term, and we can provide the kind of opportunity that families deserve in this country.
Republicans like Missouri Senator Josh Hawley support the credits, but say Democrats are taking things too far.
I think it's a mistake to turn the child tax credit into another welfare program. That's what the Democrats want to do.
Senate Democrats are working on a $3.5 trillion bill that would include making the payments permanent, but Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell says the overall plan is too expensive.
Liberal policies are overspending, overborrowing, and hurting our economy.
In Washington, Rashad Hudson.
Time now to turn our attention to the weather. Another headline tonight. Chief Meteorologist Scott Larson with us. And Scott, not that the threat is so imminent, but we are keeping an eye on some potential severe weather here in Siouxland.
That's right, Sophie. We do have some of the ingredients for severe weather, so definitely want to stay alert here tonight. You can see on the radar picture at this moment to the south of Sioux City. We do have a few thunderstorms that are linked together at this time. A much more active situation towards central Iowa. That's where we have more wind shear, and with that result, you can see some tornado warnings that are still in effect as you approach the middle of the state and also near Waverly, Iowa, north of Waterloo. We do have a tornado watch out for much of northwest Iowa that has been dropped from Woodbury County and Sioux City, as well as Cherokee and Clay County. So a bit of good news there, but again, that is still in effect until 9, wherever you see the yellow on your screen. We'll have further updates on what you can anticipate in the 9 on 9 forecast. Sophie?
All right, thanks, Scott. Well, there are a lot of trees around the Unity Point Hospital, but the newest tree is a special one, and it's a tribute to a longtime volunteer. Mickey Santi Darrow spent 20 years working at Unity Point before she passed away this May. Several people gathered today for a tree ceremony to remember Darrow's life. Family and friends reflecting on her time at Unity Point and also said a prayer. Darrow helped at the gift shop and talked with patients and even made baby blankets and bibs. But her impact goes far beyond that, they say. Darrow's niece and St. Luke's partner, Jane Schultz, said her aunt created a positive culture at that hospital.
If you'd ask her to do something, she never said, no, I can't do that. She always said, I'll try. And I think it makes more of us say sometimes, by thinking about her, I will try. Because it's pretty easy to say no.
Mickey's tree is located in the grassy area just north of the hospital's front entrance now. A drum corps performed a little musical history today at the Betty Strong Encounter Center. People filled the outdoor area there in chairs to watch the group perform historical battle songs. The Corps wore traditional outfits and even held a replica weapon during the show. Ellie Vasquez has been a member of the group for 6 years now and says these songs were very important during the American Revolution.
A lot of it was used to signal different things to do, whether it's to charge or fall back, and a lot of the music is played around the campfire and played while the soldiers were marching to the different battles.
This group has traveled throughout the United States, and their next stop is Mount Rushmore, which will be one of their last performances for the summer season. For nearly 80 years, one man's love of baseball has flourished. How he is still playing the game against guys half his age now, coming up.
And Northwest. Once we get past this disturbance, some pretty nice summertime weather is dialed up for Siouxland. Your 9 on 9 forecast coming up next.
You're watching KCAU 9 News with Sophie Erber and Chief Meteorologist Scott Larson. This is KCAU 9 News at 5.
storm, but it looks like we'll have slowly clearing skies, and it should be a fairly nice day. Here's a look at our 9-on-9 forecast. It shows that we will have some quiet and dry weather here as we move forward. High temperatures just over 80 for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So a nice weekend to spend outside, as it looks like we'll have partly cloudy skies Saturday and Sunday. Traveling through next week, you can see that we'll have some sunshine, and we'll start to build in some more heat with highs in the 90s Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. A great picture of a mix of some sun and clouds above the farm fields here in northwest Iowa. Thanks to our viewer for snapping that picture and sending it in. And if you have one of your own, go to SiouxlandProud.com. Send us your photos.
All right, thanks so much, and we'll stay posted with you, Scott. Well, on social media, they're being called the Dumpling Thieves. Two women walking right into a restaurant and taking the food after hours. We'll show you coming up. But first, many people don't play baseball beyond high school, but one 82-year-old ball player can't imagine missing a day on the diamond. His strategy next. Tonight, a Michigan man is doing something most people his age wouldn't dare try. He's 82 and still playing organized baseball, and isn't just enough for him to be on the field. We'll show you why with Matt Guard.
Here I am again.
Phil Clements is back at a field he played at as a teenager.
I don't think I've ever missed a time when I haven't played ball from 4 or 5 years old.
He's still doing it.
You got to love the game.
At 82 years old.
I'm probably the one of, if not the oldest guy in Michigan that's still playing regular organized hardball.
Not just playing.
And evidently they were short on pitching and whatever.
He's getting the start on the mound.
For God's sakes, why they call me, but they call me.
Against guys half his age. So what's his strategy?
Make them hit the ball and hope somebody can catch it.
Seems to be working.
Way to go.
Phil's biggest fan for 54+ years. His wife, Shirley.
I'm awful glad to see him doing something still that he can enjoy at that age. He's doing really good today.
Phil's team won by mercy rule. After 5 innings of work from Phil.
When they see me in pain the next morning, they say, "You ain't going to do this again, are you?" My wife says I've been saying that I'm going to quit for 50-some years.
Come on, Phil. You're telling me you're going to hang up a bat with your name on it for good?
I don't think he will. I want him to enjoy everything he can. That's what we're here for, right?
It's a pretty good arm. Well, have you ever had a craving so extreme you'd do anything to satisfy it? Two women did just that and broke the law doing so. We'll meet the Dumpling Thieves after the break. A late-night craving for dumplings has now turned into a lifetime of embarrassment for two women. The owner of the popular Chinese food restaurant found some things missing and out of place, and then he took a look at his surveillance video and found this. Michelle Ross has the story.
What are these? Oh, dumplings. Dumplings!
Oh, yes, dumplings. But not just any dumplings. Dumplings from Xi'an Famous Foods. If you eat these dumplings, or anything from the restaurant, you have to pay for it, unlike these two women.
I'm stealing these dumplings.
Who were caught on camera trespassing in the restaurant late Sunday morning.
Are we in trouble? I mean, they should have locked it, so no.
Owner Jason Wang says they were able to just walk right in, even though the electronic lock is a very strong magnet that can withstand hundreds of pounds of force.
This power supply to this unit was off by accident, and what happened is the backup battery was also off. So you just open it right up.
But after seeing the women play around in the kitchen, he doesn't want to press charges.
I just thought about, what am I going to do? I'm going to call the police and say, someone went into my Chinese restaurant and stole a bag of dumplings. Do you really think they're going to put their best people on it because of that?
He thinks the embarrassment on social media is enough.
Right now, this is not just Xi'an Famous Foods. This is becoming an issue of privilege, an issue of entitlement that a lot of people are upset about.
Those dining in the restaurant agree.
I think it takes a certain level of privilege to think that the world is your version of an adult drunken children's museum, and that you get to play restaurant or play whatever you want to play wherever you want to play it.
The owner says these women did message him and end up paying for the food. They also compensated him for the 3 hours it took to clean up afterwards. But what he also wants is a public apology in the form of a video. We'll keep you posted. Taking a live look outside right now, Scott returns with one more check on your forecast, so don't go away. But Before we wrap up at 5, let's check in first with Tim for what's coming up at 6. Hi, Tim.
Hey, Sophie, thanks. We continue to follow storm damage in Calhoun County here in far eastern Siouxland. Confirmed tornadoes there this afternoon. We hope to have our first look at damage from that area coming up tonight at 6 o'clock. Elsewhere, with yesterday's successful school bond measure now official, school administrators in the Laurel Concord Coleridge School District are making plans for the future. Reaction to the single vote difference in that ballot measure coming up at 6. And the long vacant Riviera Theater building downtown is getting new life, as you saw a bit earlier in our 5 o'clock newscast. This is file video of that building, but it will soon be home to a real estate firm, an arcade, a tap room, a Japanese grill, as well as other opportunities for folks to get involved, including a unique theater experience. We'll have the details surrounding that coming up at 6 as well, and that's when Jake will join us. Sophie, we'll see you then.
All right, thanks a lot, Tim. And just a disclaimer, that was Molly Tibbetts' footage, not the theater, but tune in at 6.
Right.
We promise we'll show you 4th Street. And do stay tuned as well for our potential threat of severe weather.
That's right, Sophie. We are continuing to monitor that situation. As Tim said, there was a tornado that was confirmed in Calhoun County, a tornado watch for southeastern Siouxland. Nothing major on the radar at the moment, but of course we'll keep you notified if that were to change.
All right, thanks so much, Scott. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you again at 6. And until then, have a great night, everyone.